In this video, I am bringing you solutions to treat depression naturally and holistically, and I'm talking about mild to moderate depression. I'm Karen, a certified clinical aromatherapist and a holistic psychotherapist, and I bring you videos on holistic well-being. To begin, I want you to start seeing yourself as a whole person. Not as a person that just has a body, but as a person who also has a heart, a soul, a mind, and feelings. To treat depression holistically, we must attend to all those areas of life. So what is depression? Depression occurs when a situation or something occurs in our life and it causes chemical changes in our brain. The neurotransmitter most often affected is serotonin, although there are other neurotransmitters like dopamine, melatonin, catecholamine that also get affected, but mostly we know it to be affecting serotonin. So when this neurotransmitter in particular gets affected, we see changes in our mood. Suddenly we are sad, we are down, we just can't find joy in life. We also see changes in our sleep pattern, either sleeping more or sleeping less, as well in our eating pattern, eating more or eating less. We also tend to become more withdrawn or isolate, so we tend to spend less time with our friends and family. That's also a sign of depression. And feeling wise, we tend to feel hopeless, like nothing will ever improve our situation, and we kind of fall into a negative thinking pattern. Depression also affects energy. We tend to have much lowered energy, like we have no oomph to get up and do things when we get depressed. So if you're actually feeling suicidal, this is not the video for you. I invite you to watch my How to Help a Suicidal Person video, geared more towards that. Again, we're dealing with mild to moderate depression only. Natural supplements that I have found to be very effective at treating mild to moderate depression. The first one being St. John's Wort. This is one from Pure Encapsulations. It's actually one of my favorite companies when it comes to producing this herb. I also really like Integrative Therapeutics. I'll link both of these down below. And so St. John's Wort is a natural herb. It's in the, I believe it's in the chamomile family, although I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, it's really, in research, has been found to treat depression just as well as a low dose Prozac. And the dose to take for that is 900 milligrams spread out over 3 doses. So you would take 300 milligrams 3 times a day. You can also double that dose, so you can go as high as 1800 milligrams a day. But it is important to take St. John's Wort 3 times a day for its effect for a period of at least 3 weeks. So if you decide to start this herb, take it 3 times a day, 900 to 1800 milligrams. So you judge what is best for you. You might even want to work with a holistic practitioner to find out what dose you need, whether it's you have a mild depression or moderate depression. Your needs might be different, but do take it for at least 3 weeks to see if it's a herb that is working for you. If you use St. John's Wort and are pregnant, please consult your doctor. The second herb that I really like to treat depression and also stress is Ashwagandha. I discovered this herb when I was studying Ayurvedic medicine. And ever since I found this herb, I have never looked back. It is my most favorite herb of all times. It is the herb that I recommend the most to my clients. And Ashwagandha translates roughly to the strength of 10,000 horses. It's an adaptogenic herb, which means that it helps your body modulate its response to stress. So if when you're stressed you feel low mood, then ashwagandha will help boost your mood. If when you're stressed you feel insomnia or have trouble sleeping, then ashwagandha will help promote restful sleep. If when you're stressed you feel your immune system is lowered, then ashwagandha will just help with your immune system. So ashwagandha just goes to work synergistically with your system to give you what it is that you're missing to feel most optimal. The dose to take for ashwagandha is 500 milligrams twice a day. The third herb that I might suggest for depressive disorders is turmeric. Recent research has found that brain swelling can contribute to depression or cause depression. So this herb is becoming more and more investigated to treat depression because it is known to reduce swelling or brain swelling in particular. I prefer the whole herb versus its active ingredient, which is curcumin. I find that whole herbs work synergistically with our bodies and do provide a host of added benefits than when we just use the active ingredient. That's just my preference as a holistic practitioner. If you are pregnant though, turmeric is to be avoided as it is known to cause uterine stimulation, so it stimulates the uterus. And also if you're going to be having surgery, stop using turmeric 2 weeks prior to your surgery. Essential oils are also known to improve mood. In particular, frankincense, we have discovered in a previous video, reduces brain swelling, and it's really good at reduces the body's inflammation. And so frankincense is a good essential oil to use when you're having depressive conditions, if we follow the theory that depression is caused by brain swelling. Another essential oil that is good to boost your mood is lemon. The chemical constituents in lemon are known to stimulate the brain's limbic system, which is the emotional center of the brain, and so really good to boost your mood. There is a essential oil product that I make that I call I Am Happy and Peaceful, and in that one in particular, I have an oil called Hyssop decumbens, which is a known antidepressant. And so if you're interested in that one, please comment below and we'll connect. So to use essential oils for depression, you would apply them to your skin 3 times a day, either neat or diluted, depending on the essential oil, or for a environmental impact, diffusing it in a diffuser up to 3 times a day as well. The next remedy to deal with depression naturally and holistically is blue light therapy. So I'll show you this nifty little machine. It's by Philips. It's the Philips Go Light. This one's pretty old. There are newer versions out there, but this is what it looks like. So blue light is emitted from this little machine, and you would sit at it at an angle for 15 minutes to 20 minutes a day. And it has to do with how the light from the little machine touches your retina. So research shows that the way that the sun hits the retina is how serotonin in our brain gets to be kept level or functioning most optimally. So in the winter, when there is less sunlight and the angle of the sun in proportion to the earth is just weaker, our serotonin doesn't naturally get as stimulated by the sun as it would throughout the rest of the year. And so a blue light therapy such as this little machine does just that. It mimics the ultraviolet light of the sun, and so it's a completely natural remedy to keep your serotonin level in your brain. So again, you sit at an angle to it about 3 feet away from you, 15 to 20 minutes per day, but before 4 p.m. because it will affect your sleep pattern if you use it beyond 4 p.m. This blue light is also utilized for SAD, seasonal affective disorder, and to reduce jet lag. I'll link it down below. You can actually get it on Amazon. Research has shown that exercise is a great antidepressant. 30 minutes of exercise per day where you break a sweat is all that's needed to keep your mood up. So exercise 30 minutes a day is shown to be as effective as a low-dose Prozac. And so it's, again, a natural way to deal with depression. And so ideally, to get the effects of the sun and to exercise, you could combine both together and take a vigorous power walk outdoors for 20 to 30 minutes a day, and you'd be getting the sunlight hitting your retina, which would then keep your serotonin level, and also you'd be breaking out a sweat and releasing other chemicals such as endorphins that just make us feel better. It's also important to do things that give us pleasure, to do less of the things that stress us out or bring us down, and just to do more of the things that give us pleasure. We may just have one life in this life, and so it's important to do things that really, really please us. Perhaps find a hobby, one that is fun, or volunteer at a place where you would be giving to someone or something that is even more in need than you are. Research does show that giving of ourselves in that way does produce happy-making chemicals in our brains. When it comes to our thoughts, to ensure that we stay positive, it is said that we should, for every negative thought that we should have 3 positive thoughts. So optimists, or people who are more positive, naturally tend to have 3 positive thoughts to 1 negative thought. And so if you're trying to work on your moods via your thoughts, then practice replacing each negative thought with 3 positive thoughts. Or anytime you notice that you're having a negative thought, work at finding 3 positive thoughts. 3 things that you can genuinely, realistically believe are positive. I have found in my work with clients over almost 24 years now that depression sometimes can come about from an unfulfilled life purpose. If you're interested in finding out what your life purpose is, I'll link my video on life purpose below, but I do think it is really important in our life to try to figure out what is our life purpose, because that really is what gives us meaning and fulfillment and is an antidote, if we will, or a protective factor to depressive conditions. So invest in yourself to figure out what your life purpose is. A good strategy to ward off depression is to have something to take care of. So surround yourself with pets or plants, and pets are shown to reduce blood pressure, reduce stress, and just improve our mood. And so having something to take care of just tends to help us be in a better mood. Meditation is also a great strategy to rectify, cure, treat depression. And I recommend 20 minutes a day, once or twice a day. And one of those times being first thing in the morning before your day starts. So it doesn't matter what kind of meditation that you do. It could be a guided meditation, a mantra meditation, or breathing meditation. All that it matters is that you find one that you can connect to and really enjoy doing. And watch for future videos on meditation, as I will be doing a series on meditation as well. But meditation has been shown to reduce the stress response, and so it reduces heart rate, it improves the immune system, it improves relationship, it improves mood. It just does the exact opposite as what stress would do. And so it's a great way to keep your mood level and to induce a sense of peace within, like inner peace. Another natural way to ward off depression is to tune into nature. We are animals, and we do have our biorhythms, our chemicals inside our bodies, our hormones. They do follow nature's patterns. So in particular, there's 3 patterns that our biorhythms follow, and that is the circadian rhythm, which is the sun cycle of rising and going to bed. There is the monthly moon cycle, as well as seasonal cycles. And so our biorhythms, our chemistry follows those patterns of nature. And so when we're out of touch with nature, when we live a very indoor kind of life, or a life where we're very much connected to technology, we actually become out of touch with nature, and our biorhythms become disconnected from what is natural. So it is important to re-attune our body to nature, and that would require spending time in nature and following the rising and setting of the sun. And so rising with the sun, going to bed or retiring our activities when the sun goes down, spending time in nature, watching, observing animals, and just being still in nature will help reattune our biochemistry to a more natural pattern, which will then help us feel just that much more optimal. I always recommend journaling as well to access your thoughts and feelings so that you can figure out what is depressing you. So you can live a life of just not being aware of what is depressing you, or you can really try to hone in on what it is that is depressing you, which then can give you a direction as to how to deal with it. And finally, I want you to find something to smile about. For myself, whenever I'm feeling down or sad or depressed, I know that watching puppy videos just helps brighten my mood. So whatever that thing is for you that instantly and genuinely makes you smile, go for it. Watch it, do it, engage in it every day. I wish you a lifelong sense of happiness and of optimal living. I thank you for watching this video, and I invite you to comment below with your thoughts on what kind of holistic well-being topics would you like me to cover in future videos. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell so that you can be notified of future videos. Have a great day.